Hey, hello everyone. Just thought I'd bring you another installment on the Remington firearm hoard that I'm working on. Got a few interesting pieces in this installment. The first group I'm going to show you is what's called the Remington New Police Revolver. These were basically run off the Remington 1858 revolver, which everyone's familiar with. However, these were medium frames. They're labeled as New Police, but a lot of people liked them because they were compact. And the original ones were in 36 caliber percussion. First one I'm going to show you is a 3.5-inch barrel, 36 caliber percussion, New Police revolver, all blue finished. It's in excellent condition for what it is. Blued percussion cylinder, walnut grips. Going with the next one, same thing, percussion revolver, 4.5-inch barrel, walnut grips, brass frame, again, percussion revolver, 36 caliber, wonderful condition. I mean, this thing, either one of these are definitely in fireable condition. They are superb. Now, what gets interesting with these is they also made a conversion. Now, let me show this. Now, this is a highly engraved model. It's nickeled. Now, let me see if I can get the focus on here. It's engraved. Cylinders engraved, frame, barrel, everything's engraved on it. Now, this is a conversion. And what Remington did is to get by the, I believe it was the Roland White drill through patent on cylinders for conversions. What Remington decided to do is do a two-piece cylinder conversion. So you drop the loading hammer, or the loading lever, pull the pin out, cylinder comes out of the gun. Okay, now the cylinder is a two-piece cylinder. So what it is with this particular model, and there will be more in the future videos dealing with Remington conversions, but this is a 38 rimfire short actually, but it's a two-piece cylinder. So you take the cylinder, you load the 38 rimfires in there, you put the back cap on, and if you'll notice, there's little slots in there. Okay, so when you load the cylinder back into the gun, bear with me, I'm not an expert on this. Okay, you slide the lever in, you put the charging handle back up, boom, you're ready to go. Now, the interesting thing about this is it comes with percussion and conversion cylinders. So, like if you look in the Outlaw, in the Clint Eastwood movie, he uses a lot of these revolvers. And the nice thing is you can convert. So like, you shoot this, you have 2 or 3 percussion cylinders, you can throw them in. They're all interchangeable. If you'll notice, let me cock the hammer back. It's the same hammer as you would have on a percussion firearm. So whether it's a percussion cylinder or a conversion cylinder, the same gun will work. So, for example, you'll notice on the two guns, hammers are pretty much the same. You could interchange these cylinders and they will fire. Now, with the last of the new police conversions, I have a really cherry example of a 4.5 inch barrel, nickel plated conversion. It's got a blued hammer, blued trigger. Everything else, including the pistol grip frame, is nickeled. And the nickeling on this is superb. This is a beautiful example of a 4.5 inch Remington New Police nickeled revolver. And I mean, this thing is mint. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful example. And this will be up on the market soon, actually. Now, moving along quickly, there is what they call Remington New Model pocket revolvers. And again, I'll be getting more into this in the future with other videos. But this particular example, if you look at it, you'll notice there is no trigger guard. It's just a trigger. You cock the hammer back, you pull the trigger. This is a new model pocket revolver that Remington put out. It's a factory conversion. Again, they did the same thing. They had 31 caliber percussion cylinders. This particular cylinder is a 32 rimfire conversion. I'm not going to take it apart, but in the last example, if I took the cylinder out, it would be a two-piece cylinder where the back pops off. 3.5 inch barrel. This literally is a pocket model. Nickeled. It's in really superb condition. And 32 rimfire conversion cylinder. Very, very, very nice example of this particular style of firearm. Now, moving on, I'm going to go into something that I really wasn't aware of myself. Not being a super expert, I mean, I know a lot about antique firearms, but I am by no means an authority on antique Remington firearms. I know a lot about them, but I'm learning more as I go. Now, these last two examples I'm going to show you is something that just totally blew me away when I saw them. Now, they made them between 1860 and 1873, so it was a short production run, but they did make, I don't know, like 25,000 of them. So, I mean, I guess they made a lot of them, but I don't know how many's left. Now, it's called the Remington Rider Pocket Revolver. Now, what's interesting about this, if you look at it, okay, I mean, this thing is, it's not big. Okay, however, it's a conversion piece. Two-piece cylinder. It's got the cylinder plus the back piece. It's in 32 rimfire short. However, what's interesting, being that this thing stopped being made, the production run stopped in 1873. Okay, single action. Okay, you got half cock, full cock, pull the trigger, drop. However, pull the trigger, and I don't want to drop it. It's a double action revolver. It's actually a 5-shot double action revolver in 32 rimfire short. And this thing is tiny. I mean, if you were a gentleman and you needed a pocket revolver, this baby was the thing to have. This is a really nice example. It's got some rough spots on the nickel, but for what I consider the rarity, it's pretty nice. Now, this one, according to the serial numbers, this one's a little rarer than the original one. It's the exact same gun, single action, double action, revolver. It's blued with a brass, trigger guard. It's got the grips on it are kind of like very similar to like the saw-handled Derringer that I featured in one of my previous videos. They're a hard rubber. They look like plastic, but they're actually a hard rubber grip. And this particular model is blued. This is a little earlier than the nickeled model, which is a later variation of it. However, what I find amazing is, half cock, pull that pin out, cylinder comes out, again, two-piece cylinder, like we talked about before, for the rimfire conversion, which again, this is factory. This isn't aftermarket. And then you basically, as far as they did make this in an early, like in the early 1860s, they did make a percussion cylinder for this. And in the later models, they did the conversion. So these two particular models that I'm talking about were probably done in the, I'm thinking 1869, 1870, 71, 72. The conversions were later because they did make an actual percussion. But the fact that they made a percussion-fired revolver double action is totally amazing to me. And again, these don't come up on the market very often. They're out there. They're not cheap. They're a little pricey. But I mean, if you're a double action revolver guy and you have a collection of early double action revolvers, that bad boy is what you're looking for your collection. That will fill a nice hole. Whether it's the early percussion model or the later two-piece cylinder conversion. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this installment. I've got more to come. Anyway, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you later.